Vintage photos are a treasure trove of history and culture, offering glimpses of a bygone era. From iconic events to everyday life, these rare must-see photos are a window into the past. So let's take this journey through time and explore the gallery of 40 vintage photos of rare must-see photos with fun facts. Well, who needs a stroller when you have a trash can? This iconic photo of a mother using a trash can to hold her baby while she crochets in a park in 1969, pictured by Mary Ellen Mark. The photo was featured in Life magazine and has since become an iconic image of motherhood and resourcefulness. This photo captures a hilarious moment of two women imitating their husbands who left a mess for them to clean up. Is a fun reminder of gender stereotypes. It highlights the unfair distribution of domestic work and the humorous ways women have defied societal expectations throughout history. The photograph showcases a unique and a quirky tea set for two, where the cups of tea are held over a woman's chest. Who needs a fancy tea set when you've got a perfect space to hold your cups? These four folks in the image may appear strange, but they're doing the cakewalk dance. This dance form originated as a parody of the formal ballroom dances of the 19th century. It gained popularity in the US for its hilarious and dramatic movements. This photo shows an unusual portrait of the Victorian lady in 1840. The woman is making a comical expression that was considered unconventional for portrait photography at the time. It's believed to be among the first illustrations of comical portraiture. It looks like the Easter Bunny forgot his job was to bring joy and happiness, not fear and tears. The photo of two scared kids sobbing on the lap of the Easter Bunny. Those poor kids probably thought the giant bunny was after them. In this photo of the 1900 New York police, two boys are shown being arrested for pickpocketing. The photo captured the moment and has since become a famous image. It's a reminder of the evolution of both crime and policing. The photo titled "The Happiest Man in China" in 1901 was captured by British anthropologists documenting the Chinese. The man in this photo is an unknown, but his joyful pose and smile are due to his not realizing the seriousness of photography at the time. In 1954, listening to music before buying, it wasn't as easy as it's now, especially listening booths equipped with turntables, headphones, and sampled singles were installed in music stores to help customers make informed purchases. The photo shows young men enjoying this service. The EARL CARROLL VANITIES burlesque show dancers backstage 1940s photo is a fun glimpse into the world of burlesque. The dancers are applying their makeup and are getting ready for their performance while enjoying food and drinks, showcasing the backstage camaraderie. Zara Norbo, also known as Miss Sweden 1956, was a popular pin-up model in men's magazines during the 1950s and 1960s. Her stunning beauty and alluring poses made her an instant sensation among readers. Did you know that the world record for the longest spaghetti eating contest lasted over 8 hours? While these 5 young women at the fundraising events for a local charity may not have broken that record, they sure had a fun and a messy time competing. Marianne Breslauer's 1933 self-portrait is a playful and intriguing image. This fun and creative approach to self-portraiture was unusual. It shows Breslauer's skill as a photographer. In 1946, Farnsworth Art School organized a unique event when nude models posed for a group of art students. The event was to challenge the students' creativity and provide them with a unique learning experience. The photo captured this unusual moment of art education history. Each photo is a fun fact that's sure to make you smile, chuckle, or even gasp in surprise. So sit back, relax, and be ready to take a trip down memory lane with these must-see vintage photos. This photograph of men and women cross-dressing in Victorian-era clothing is a fun reminder of the social norms and gender expectations of the time. Cross-dressing was a popular form of entertainment during that time. This awkward family photo from Victorian edition humorously parodies the formal style of a traditional family. It features people dressed in Victorian-era clothing, striking awkward poses and making silly faces. Well, look at these beach boppers. The photo of vacation sports at the seaside features 4 girls in a weird dancing pose. It involves a synchronized jump and a graceful, swan-like arm movement. This picture showcases a fun fact about courting in the 1800s. Couples during that time often posed for photographs in formal attire, making for beautiful and timeless images. The couple's elegant outfits and sweet embrace capture the essence of old-fashioned romance. The following image of the Victorian lady pulling a face taken in 1900 has a fun fact because it challenges the idea of being characterized by formality and rigidity. It shows that people of that time had a sense of humor and enjoyed being silly. In 1892, Queen Victoria smiled for the camera while riding in an open coach. This photo is a fun fact because she was known for her temperament and rarely smiled in public. The fun fact about this photo of a young couple in fancy dress from the late 19th century is that such portraits are mementos of masquerade balls or costume parties, which were popular social events. The smiling Victorian photo from the 1800s is a fascinating glimpse into the past. Despite the common belief that people never smile in older photos, this image shows otherwise. It was tough to hold a smile for very long exposure times. Who says guys can't have fun with fashion? These three young men at Yale in 1883 are rocking those dresses better than most women of the era. It's a fascinating historical artifact that challenges traditional ideas of gender and identity. Tsar Nicholas II was quite the jester, as evidenced by his hilarious photo from 1899. Who knew that a royal could be so silly? Check out his silly side in this 1899 photograph. Did you know that making a piggy nose is not just a silly expression? It has got some scientific reasons. It portrays playfulness or humor in a photograph. This lovely lady has decided to embrace her inner piggy in this picture. Ah, look at this unknown Victorian lady in mid-jump. The Victorian lady was trying to invent the moonwalk before Michael Jackson. It's Natalie Wood and James Dean, the dynamic duo of Rebel Without a Case. And what's that? James is making a silly face. Well, even the coolest cats have their moments of goofiness. Discover the past with these vintage photos showcasing rare moments in history. Stay tuned to be amazed at fun facts that will transport you to a different time. The photo of the Victorians from France is a fascinating glimpse into the past, showing a group of well-dressed individuals. The photo series has become famous for its humor and parody of Victorian proprietary. Mr. Richard Freiherr von Kraft-Ebing is pictured here striking a pose in his fancy attire and handlebar mustache, sporting an outfit that looks like a borrowed fancy dress and a hand fan from a bygone era. He's truly living his best life. The fun fact about this photo of the lady is that it's considered as close to a Victorian selfie as one can get. It's because it was taken in the 19th century when photography was still a relatively new technology. The funny fact about the photo of smiling Victorians is that despite the popular belief that people rarely smiled in old photographs due to the long exposure time, the Victorians were quite fond of smiling for the camera. This photograph of a smiling little girl in 1956 became an iconic image of the 20th century. The girl, who was sisters, were unaware of their photo being taken and had become famous and was surprised when they were reunited with the photographer 50 years later. This photo features a Victorian lady pulling a face in 1900. It was a popular trend at the time for people to take silly pictures in addition to more formal ones. Who knew history could be so hilarious? Who knew that corsets could be so flattering on a man? During the Victorian era, it was not uncommon for men to dress in drag for theatrical performances or private parties. However, it occurred behind closed doors due to the societal taboos surrounding gender roles and sexuality. These three fashionistas from the 19th century are serving us some serious squad goals. Same pose, same outfit, same hairdo. It's like they planned it or something. These ladies knew how to serve some serious looks. It's Miss Barton in her late Victorian tennis outfit. It is unclear if she's ready to play tennis or attend a royal ball, but one thing's for sure, she's dressed to impress. She probably had everyone distracted with that frilly get-up. Well, look who we have here, Mr. Funnyface himself. He's been practicing his facial gymnastics in secret. I don't know whether to laugh or run away scared. At least he made us all laugh, and that's all that matters, right? The photo of a woman riding a SCORCHER, a Victorian bicycle, in St. James's Park, London, is a fun fact, as it shows the early beginnings of cycling as a popular recreational activity for women in the late 1800s. It's like she travelled through time to show off her old-school biking skills. The fun fact about this photo of a group of women celebrating the centenary of the London bus is that all the women in this picture are bus drivers themselves. It's an example of women breaking into traditionally male-dominated industries. The last photo of a woman pulling her lips and cheeks is often associated with humorous expressions. Who needs Botox when you can just give yourself a facelift with your hands? That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Subscribe to the channel for more such content and we'll see you in the next one.